First though, it was South Newcastle's day, right up in the Newcastle Rugby League's round. Right up in the Newcastle Rugby League. And of course, right up in the first grade, they managed to defeat Lakes United with a huge victory. Of course, that will be continued.
Going on, stranger things are happening. They've done a good job separating both sides.
Coming off the best defence for South Newcastle, because of that, South Newcastle had something to do.
So they're going to call the try, and then they're going to sort the rest out.
And because of that, a try just had to be called. South Newcastle had a try scored. They led 12-8. But then, hours later, Lakes United scored. Right up in the final few seconds. But of course, it was huge for South Newcastle. And of course, they managed to score a try just in the 74th minute. With a 22-14 lead.
Down the short side of the game, beautiful hands there. Affleck, he's in the corner, and he's going to win the game for the South Newcastle Lions.
South Newcastle led 22-14.
Quick hands also to find Affleck. Jacob Affleck, he gets his first for this afternoon, 22-14, as you said there.
Before a comeback by Lakes United could eventually wrap up the game. With Lakes United running out of breath, it of course was the Seagulls securing a try in the final few minutes.
15 away, centre field. Jerome Haynes is
But however, it was not enough. Even though Lakes United had to quickly secure a try, they won 18 points and they also converted a successful goal. As it was later converted, with South Newcastle winning the match 22 points to 20.
Take this really quickly.
But of course, it was a huge one for the Northern Hawks in the under-19s. They led the Cessnock Goannas with a huge 16-10 lead. Before it all went to a huge tie. Because of that, the Northern Hawks secured a 16-10 margin. While back in reserve grade, Lakes United secured a incredible 10-8 lead over South Newcastle after the 42nd minute. And of course, the Seagulls had to quickly have a lot of good sides all by themselves.
United there, I think it was number 6. That's really well, I think they're scoring now off 10.
But meanwhile, it was huge. For the Maitland Pickers, their undefeated winning run continued, defeating Central Newcastle with a massive victory.
I'm good if you're all right, mate.
And of course, because of that, former knight Brock Lamb, helping his Maitland Pickers securing a huge 38-6 lead after the 63rd minute. Meanwhile, it was the Cessnock Goannas who are now the second team unbeaten after beating the Macquarie Scorpions yesterday, demolishing them with a huge victory. But of course, former Newcastle Knight Brock Lamb managed to help his Maitland Pickers score the last try in the dying minutes to help Maitland to their unbeatable start. And of course, Maitland secured the match winner 44-6. Good news in the Northern Rivers Rugby League, and the Balloonville Jets have secured a win over the Cudgeon Hornets. Because of that, this try, courtesy of one of the best local players of all. Also, the good news came for the Kyogle Turkeys. They managed to have a historic lead over the Lower Clarence Magpies, 14 points to 10. Then, the Ballina Seagulls managed to score this try to lead the Evans Head Bombers 16 points to 12 after the 44th minute. Also, good news for Casino. They managed to have a try to lead 10-4 over the Lismore Maris brothers.
That's Morrissey. This time he won't be denied, Nick Morrissey. He wanted to make the Maris brothers defence pay for this past half.
Good news came for Ballina. They defeated Evans Head with a huge 26-18 win. Then everyone had to wait for the big one. The Moolumbar Mustangs managed to secure this try in the regional reserve grade. And of course, it was right in the 56th minute. Moolumbar managed to lead the Tweed Coast Raiders 44-0. Anyway, moving up to round 2 of Hunter Premier Rugby, and of course, the University of Newcastle have demolished the Southern Beaches with a historic victory. Because of that, the students were just too strong for their rivals right throughout the game. But meanwhile, Western Suburbs defeated the Kawi Bulldogs with a win. And of course, South Newcastle defeated Lakes United. And of course, the Maitland Pickers defeated Central Newcastle. What was just not good for the Northern Hawks, who were edged out by the Entrance Tigers. But meanwhile, up in the reserve grade, Cessnock did the same to the Macquarie Scorpions. while the Western Suburbs Rosellas defeated Curry. Also, Lakes United hammered South Newcastle, while Maitland defeated Central Newcastle. But meanwhile, in the under-19s, and Curry and Western Suburbs both shared the points at 10-all. Lakes United defeated South Newcastle 14-10, and the Northern Hawks had a win 18-6. Still in rugby league, and in the Central Coast competition, and Berkeley Vale secured a win over Kincumber, while Eleanor secured a victory over the Entrance. Meantime, Wyong has defeated Terrigal, while Tukley has just secured a 2-point win over Woy Woy. There was good news for round one of Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League, and the Cardiff Cobras have secured a 20-12 win over Waratah Mayfield, while the match between West Wallsend and East Maitland was called off due to wet weather. Elsewhere, Morpeth had a win over the Glendale Gorillas, while the Stockton Sharks had a win over the Hinton Hornets. To Group 4 Rugby League, and of course Werris Creek has defeated Boggabri with a 56-4 win, while Dungawin defeated Gunnedah. Meanwhile, the North Tamworth Bears secured a 22-20 win over the Katingal Moonbye Roosters. Also, the Moree Boars secured their biggest ever win, 82-18. Anyway, to round 2 of the Northern Rivers Regional Rugby League, and the Balambal Jets have secured a victory over Cudgeon. Meanwhile, Ballina have secured a victory over Evans Head. Also, Northern United secured a victory over Mullumbimby. Also, Moolumbar secured a win over Tweed Coast. Meanwhile, there was a battle between Kyogle and Lower Clarence. Also, Casino had a win over the Maris Brothers. To the Ladies League tag, and Balambal secured a win over Cudgeon. Ballina defeated Evans Head, while Northern United beat Mullumbimby. Also, the Tweed Coast Raiders had a win over Moolumbar. Also, Lower Clarence were too strong for Kyogle. Also, Casino were too strong for the Maris Brothers. But meantime, in reserve grade, and Balambal had a win. So too did Ballina, Mullumbimby, as well as Moolumbar, Kyogle, and Casino. In the under-18s, and Balambal, Tweed Heads, as well as Northern United, Moolumbar, and Lower Clarence all had the win, while Casino and Byron Bay had the bye. To Group 19, and the Moree Boomerangs took down the Warriata Wombats 36-12, while the Gyra Super Spuds took down the Urella Walker Tigeroos 38-22, while the Bingara Bullets took down the Narwin Eels 26-22, while the Glen Innes Magpies took down the Armidale Rams 38-20, while the Inverell Hawks have moved their match with the Tenga Tigers to Tuesday at 2 p.m. as part of Anzac. Well, finally, the one more thing became the best. And of course, round 2 of Group 21 Rugby League, and Muswellbrook have secured a win over the Aberdeen Tigers, while Greta Brankston absolutely busted the Denman Devils, while the Singleton Greyhounds piled more pain on the Scone Farbreds 32-8. And of course, those games will be uploaded tomorrow. To round 2 of the Hunters Rugby the Hunters Premier Rugby competition, and the Hamilton Hawks have beaten Maitland 22-19. And despite Merewether moving their match to Tuesday, which will be on Anzac, and of course the University of Newcastle managed to beat the Southern Beaches 43-19. But meanwhile, all things were different up in Premier 2 in round 2 of the Hunter Premier Rugby. And of course, the University of Newcastle demolished the Southern Beaches, while Maitland defeated the Hamilton Hawks, and Merewether and the Wanderers have moved their game to Tuesday.
Already at 35 points.
In the NBL 1 East, it was amazing for both the Maitland Mustangs men and women, as both sides humiliated the Central Coast Crusaders. It was just fantastic for Maitland, who were too strong for their rivals right throughout the game.
Wooler defense, Wooler offenses. Gray off the bank. Maitland. Hunter with rebound.
But meanwhile, Maitland's women did exactly the same as well, securing a victory.
Picks it up quickly, and she's running. The crowd like a guard. Oh, Casey.
Let's see. Oh, Sammy McCubbin also with the strip.
Oh, we do see a strip. Be more. Puts it up and away. Comes back on. Shaquila with a step back. Oh, that is class. 3-on-2.
But meanwhile, there were mixed results for the Newcastle Falcons, with their man going down to the Hills Hornets.
I love how they get through their offense. They create.
But thankfully for the women, the Newcastle Falcons girls were just too strong for the Hills Hornets right throughout the game. And of course, it was just brilliant for Newcastle as the Falcons won the match.
Good pass there.
Of course, there was a lot of slam dunks going on.
Oh, good ball reversal.
King him out from the long corner and takes the three.
Oh, good job by Jess.
Yep.
Oh, that's good ball. Nice job. Well done.
And of course, the Falcons led 70-44
She has not stopped.
before extending their lead.
Tried to lead and just talking about it, and there she goes. She gives us a...
Finally, good news came for the Falcons that won the match, 74-51. Still rugby union and in the Central Coast competition, and Avoca were just too strong for their rivals, while the Lakes were demolished. Meanwhile, Warnervale defeated Woy, and the Trojans gave Lake Macquarie a 101-5 hammering. Still into rugby union, and in the Central North competition, and the Gunnedah Devils have taken down the Scone Brumbies with a 34-12 win, while the Walker Rams were too strong for the Narrabri Blue Boars, and the Moree Bulls were too strong for the Tamworth Pirates, taking them down by 2. Also, the Corindai Lions were too good for the Inverell Highlanders. To sport, and the Armidale Blues have claimed a narrow win against Robb College in round 1 of the New England Rugby Union. A strong second half saw the Blues claw their way to victory at Bellevue Oval 22-27. But meanwhile, hundreds of the Mid-North Coast aspiring footy stars have on their skills in Port Macquarie. Group 3 Gala Day today bring new and returning players to the field ahead of the season launch.
A pre-season hit-out for the Mid-North Coast's emerging rugby league stars.
I love being dummy half and love running and passing the ball.
Getting the ball. Yeah, getting the ball.
I know.
Having a run.
Playing the game.
Today, more than 500 players aged from 4 to 9 gathering in Port Macquarie's Stewart Park.
So we've got about 11 teams across the region, all the way from Gloucester up to Port Macquarie teams today.
Basic rugby league skills, plus also friends skills, meeting new people, making new friends, and just, like I say, just enjoying themselves.
Some putting in the paces on the field, others taking part in an under-7s tackle-ready workshop.
It's a 6-week program where they learn the fundamental basics of how to tackle properly.
The 11 teams played in a 4-game series, each with 10-minute halves, combining returning players and those new to the sport.
We've seen a massive increase this year with junior footy, a 15% increase and over the course of all age groups.
The competition kick-starting next weekend in round 1 of the Group 3 competition.
Excited. We've got a lot of players, which is awesome to have, and they'll be excited to get stuck in next week.
Gemma Pepper, NBN News.
Yes. Yeah, just simply cannot wait. And of course to the Waratah League, and of course the Port Macquarie Dolphins went down to Camden Valley 99 to 88. But however, there were mixed results for the Tamworth Thunderbolts, who secured a victory over St George Saints 76 to 74 before losing 83 to 61 this morning. But meanwhile, in the women's competition, there was only one game played yesterday, and of course it was the Thunderbolts Suns clash. And of course the Tamworth Thunderbolts tried really hard but couldn't produce a win. They went down to the Coffs Harbour Suns 89 to 66. Of course, that's about it for now. Don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow.